Being here for almost 3 years, it's been an ongoing battle of should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I. In all honesty, I am like most of our clients, I have been overweight my entire life. I was a chubby baby, I was a chubby toddler, I was a tubby kid. I think the most slender I ever was in high school at 155 at 5'3". It's still not ideal weight, but I've been heavy my whole life. After I gave birth to my son, I was well into the 200s. 3 months after he was born, I almost hit the 300 mark. So why now? I'll be 40 this year. Maybe it's part of a midlife crisis. It's also because I see every day everybody that comes in that's had such success, and the biggest complaint people have is, why didn't I do it sooner? So before I reach to that point, which, I mean, I'm already 3 years in, why didn't I do it sooner? But it's a big undertaking. You're changing your entire life and your internal organs. So it's scary, exciting, scary, but mostly exciting. This is 2 weeks into pre-op diet. I have lost 12 pounds, which, believe me, is not an easy feat because I'm hungry, and it's kind of telltale of what's going to happen later. Not that I'm going to be hungry, but this is the kind of eating lifestyle I am going to adapt. And to me, it's not hard because I don't eat junk all of the time. I just eat too much, and I am active. So it's not that I've ever had to work at being more active or eating healthier choices. I just eat too much. So this is kind of the ideal situation for me to have the surgery. Why now? I don't want to be 50 and not be able to work out anymore because I can't use my hips and my knees and my ankles, and everything is already starting to hurt. I can feel the rain coming, so it's time. I don't want to get on medications. I don't have high blood pressure or diabetes, but it's in my family, so it will come. I have teenagers, like I said. I want to be around for my grandkids, even great grandkids. So it's an easy decision once you've set it in your mind, but getting up to setting it in your mind is the hard part. Here we are, guys. It's been 15 months. Had my surgery in March 2018. My highest weight ever was 285. I am 5'3", and currently I sit anywhere between 165 and 170, depending on the day, the time of the month, all those fun things. My largest size in clothing pants was a 22. I am now into a 10, sometimes an 8, depending on the pants and the elasticity. I went from a double XL shirt to now I'm wearing a medium most times. I actually do wear bathing suits these days that don't hide and cover up, and nothing on top of them in addition to, or running around with a towel to hide everything. So I will tell you that best things about life after surgery is literally mobility. I can do so much more. I am so much more active. Always have been an active person, but the abilities that I have are now exceeding what I ever thought. I always modified to just try and accommodate my bad knees and my bad ankles and my bad hips, my bad back. And now I can actually do a lot more that's not hurting. I don't hurt. Now I get muscle pains, which are great because then I know I'm doing something that's worthwhile. The other very exciting thing after surgery is just being able to feel normal. Prior to surgery, I would always see people double take because I was a short, fat girl. And now, I just kind of blend into the crowd, which, if you know me, I'm not somebody who just wants to be like everybody else, but I also didn't like being that center of attention just because I was big. So now, being a normal sized person, I do notice that I get more attention from people just as far as my actual outer beauty, which I always thought I was pretty before, but it just seems to be exemplified by having less in the areas that people look at. I've always been told I have beautiful eyes, and now you can actually see them because I'm not covered in cheeks and extra skin. So those are probably the two biggest benefits that I've had since surgery. post-surgically, my life has changed quite drastically when it comes to the choices that I have. I've been asked several times by different people, you know, what are your dietary restrictions? And honestly, if you know anything about the surgery, you don't have restrictions. It's what you choose to put in your body. So to me, what I choose to do is get my protein in my vegetables. I just came back from a road trip all by myself. Normally when we would do road trips as a family, even when I go by myself, we'd stop and get fast food as a, you know, source of things to snack on because you're bored, or go to the convenience store and load up on chips and candy and soda. Instead, this time, prior to leaving my house, I packed myself a little cooler bag that had cheese and salami and what else did I have? I had made some homemade chips for myself, and of course I loaded up on water, and I brought protein shakes because I didn't know what my breakfast options were going to be for the next day, and I had my little bag of vitamins. So that's it. Honestly, like the drive out there, normally it was, you know, prior to surgery, it was just constantly just putting something in your mouth because you're bored. And this time I didn't have that at all. I wasn't bored to the point where I needed to be doing this motion. Kind of like, you know, when ex-smokers have that need to actually just have something in their mouth. This was more of a, it sounds corny, but I was dancing in my car instead. So I was doing a lot of my choreo dance classes that I do at the gym, and just was singing really loud. And of course by myself, it was super loud. And, you know, I had some gum here and there, but I actually never even touched my snack bag until I got to my friend's house. And, you know, her and the kids were eating popcorn and other stuff that I just didn't want to put in my body. So I ate some cheese till I sufficed until dinner time. So over the course of the 4-hour trip, I probably, I don't know, maybe had about an ounce of cheese and a couple of pieces of salami, just because I knew it was time for me to eat, because I wasn't hungry. It was the fact that I was getting tired and my brain just starts to get a little ditzy. And then I know when I'm hungry, which is not really a thing for me anymore, is it just gets foggy. Like life is just kind of slows down when I know it's not. So to me, hunger isn't really I'm doubled over in pain, I need to eat something now or someone's gonna die. Now it's like, oh, something's not right now. So I know it's time to eat. So to me, eating is, you know, every couple of hours I just put something in, and it's what I choose, which is, you know, protein and veggies. No matter how many times Alex will say it, that's what I do. I don't necessarily look at calories. I don't necessarily look at carbs per se, but I do if it's something that's not something I've made. So if it's protein or it's veggies, that's what I put in. My family actually has been very supportive of the whole journey. I remember sitting down with the family, you know, prior to deciding myself that it was time to change my life and go through the journey. Everybody was just scared because it's surgery, but they weren't scared of the aftermath. Well, I am very happy with all of my results. I wouldn't have changed anything at all. You know, the biggest advice I can give to anybody is when you've decided to do it, just do it. Don't just keep thinking about it. You decided at one time or another, you might as well do it because it's inevitable. Once you have it in the back of your head, you're gonna do it eventually. I was on that same path where I thought about it, and then no, I'm gonna try my own way and diet and exercise, which I did. I lost 50 pounds doing that, but that's where I was stuck. So, you know, the other 75 pounds that I've lost since surgery, I would not have been able to do with diet and exercise alone. It's definitely a tool that needs to be utilized to the best of its capability, and don't think you can trick your body. This is what you need to do for you. So to stay healthy and happy, might as well get your surgery done.